Hi everyone, it's Katie and today is day 3 of 31 Days of Tarot. Today's prompt is our top 5 Oracle decks of 2016. As with yesterday, I have done my favourite Oracle decks of 2016 video already. I'll leave a link to that below. But as with yesterday, again, I'm going to be trying to put my top 5 in order. Number 5 I think would have to be the Floret Oracle. I did a little bit of a flip through of this deck, I think. Bit of a show and tell. I love this deck. This is the backing. I got this towards the end of the year, but it's one of my favorites just because of how much I've used it. I love it for daily draws. I've also used it for spreads. But I was also really excited to find it because I got this to go alongside of my Fantastic Menagerie. Bubba Studios did do kind of like a companion oracle deck called the Victorian Flowers Oracle. And it's beautiful, but as with all out-of-print Bubba Studios decks, it's quite expensive. But this was just a perfect alternative for me. Number 4, I think would have to be the Saltwater Reading cards by Laura Bowen. This is the backing. This one I was sent by Laura Bowen because I always talk about her other deck. So it was a bit of a thank you. But she sent it to me kind of in like the autumn, early winter from memory, and it just felt like such a summer deck that I haven't used it until the last couple of months. But using it, I've fallen in love with it. It's just beautiful, and I see it becoming quite a regular part of my practice, especially in the summertime. It's so colourful, so beautiful, and as with her other deck, it's synchronistic, intuitive, and really deep. Coming at number 3, it's the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron-Reid. I did a big old review of this one along with the book called The Map. It's not really the companion book. This deck comes with its own little book. But it's kind of where the idea, or where all the images and concepts in this deck come from. I love this deck and I love the book. It's really beautiful. It's not really the sort of artwork I tend to go for, but it really works with this. It's almost dreamy, which again works because it's all about working with our psyche in a narrative way. This has just become an essential part of my self-care and well-being. I wouldn't say this is a spirituality deck for me. It's a psychological deck and mental well-being deck. It's beautifully done and really thoughtfully done too. These next two are very, very nearly tied for me. They kind of go in and out of flux of which one really is my favourite, especially this year. I've used both so much. But basically I've just picked the one that I use slightly less in 2016 for number 2. And that is the Goddess Oracle by Amy Sophia Marashinsky and Harana Yanto. This is such an amazing deck. I did a review of this one too, and I basically just raved about it for 15 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever it was. It's so beautiful, and I'll say the same thing I say every time I talk about this deck. It just feels authentic. It just genuinely feels really authentic to the goddess that it's depicting in each card. And number 1 has to be the Dreamtime Reading cards by Laura Bowen. You all knew it was coming. I'm quite predictable, aren't I? As I said, this one really does tie for first place in my favourites ever with the Goddess Oracle, but I used it a lot this year, or this past year, and as beautiful as it is and as encouraging as it can be, it really does tap into the shadow sides that we're experiencing, those darker emotions that we might be experiencing, and especially the thoughts that are associated with those for me. This deck, it can, you know, just be a daily draw or intention setting deck. Certainly I use it for that a lot, but it also comes through for me when I need a bit of a reading for myself, when I'm kind of not working through stuff properly on my own. This deck will kind of call me on it, but assist me in moving through that. So that's it. Those are my top 5 favourite decks. I'm trying to keep these videos short and sweet because there is one every day, and also I've already done this video essentially just slightly differently. Bit longer, bit more talking, and a few more decks. So if you are interested in that one, I'll leave a link below. But if you have any comments or questions on this video, feel free to leave those below and I'll get back to you. And until tomorrow, guys, much love. Bye.